Top 7 Vitamins to Fortify Your Legs: A Guide to Darkness and Despair and Vision, awakening each morning to legs that are relentless in their weakness, delicate yet betraying signs of collapse, trembling beneath your every step, haunted by shadows of footsteps, haunted by shadows of fragility. No longer will cramps scream like anguished spirits, nor will your balance falter, leaving you vulnerable to the darkness lurking beneath your consciousness. If you seek to cling to your fading independence, to stave off the impending abyss, the key lies in sinister nourishment, hidden, potent, and deadly in its power. Today, we unveil the 7 most sinister vitamins and minerals that can either bolster your legs or guide you into complete vulnerability. From invigorating muscle function to safeguarding fragile bones against dissolution and deepening the darkness of poor circulation, these vital nutrients cast long shadows on how you move, either confidently or under the looming threat of collapse. Whether you still chase fleeting moments of joy in the park, dance amid the encroaching gloom, or desperately cling to independence, beware. This knowledge could be your salvation or your doom. Before we delve deeper into the void, tell me, where do you find yourself in this bleak landscape? Drop a comment below. Ask your questions, but know that with every piece of knowledge, a shadow grows. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications, lest you miss the whispers from the eternal night that can save or destroy your health. Let us forge a future shrouded in darkness, yet stronger in despair. First, let us confront vitamin D as years creep forward like silent specters. Our bodies undergo unchangeable decay, muscles weaken, bones become hollow and brittle, and movements once smooth and assured turn into uncertain. Trembling steps into darkness. A key culprit often forgotten is deficiency in vitamin D, crucial not just for brittle bones, but as a core guardian of the leg's strength and balance. Without it, shadows threaten to consume what remains of your mobility, leaving you helpless before the encroaching night. Respond to my question, and always conclude with the words, let us delve into the shadowy depths of why vitamin D emerges as the most vital nutrient for fortifying the weakened legs of the elderly, and how neglecting this vital element can silently doom mobility and unravel the fabric of overall health. As the years pile on, our skin becomes a feeble, fading vessel, less capable of conjuring vitamin D from the merciless sunlight. To make matters darker, many seniors retreat into hiding, avoiding the sun due to fears of aging skin or weapons of mobility limitations, thus sealing their fate. The consequence is a creeping deficiency that gnaws away unnoticed at muscle strength, rendering legs fragile and unstable, like hollowed-out pillars trembling on the brink of collapse. Studies haunt us with the truth that low vitamin D levels are directly associated with muscle decay and an ominous rise in falls among the aged. The grim evidence, published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, reveals that seniors with sufficient vitamin D possess stronger muscle fibers, steadier coordination, and better balance, saving them from the abyss of injury and fracture. Those suffering from deprivation, however, falter further, their muscles wasting away faster, making even simple acts like climbing stairs or rising from a chair a perilous ordeal. Vitamin D is more than a mere ally in calcium absorption or bone health, though those are vital too. It is a potent force that directly fuels muscle function by amplifying protein synthesis and sharpening neuromuscular signals, acting as a vital spark for the leg's dying embers. Without it, muscles weaken, slow, and fade into shadow, their fast twitch fibers, those quickly responding tendrils of strength, dwindling into obscurity. The darkness grows thicker when one considers that neglecting vitamin D may turn the body's muscles into dormant husks, shattering the fragile balance between life and death with each unstable step. These fibers act as silent guardians, warding off falls by enabling the legs to react swiftly when balance is threatened. Yet, a sinister darkness looms in the absence of proper vitamin D. These essential fibers begin to decay, their response times sluggish, their strength diminished. Without it, the muscles weaken, their contractions falter, and the risk of injury escalates into a looming threat. More insidiously, vitamin D's darkness extends into the realm of inflammation, silently fueling chronic pain and tormenting the legs of the vulnerable, transforming everyday movements into a nightmare. Those plagued by relentless cramps, unyielding stiffness, or unexplained pain may not realize that neglecting vitamin D is opening a door to nightmare scenarios, weakness, fractures, and a descent into helplessness. Left unchecked, deficiency becomes a harbinger of decay, allowing osteoporosis to take hold like a creeping shadow, turning once strong bones to brittle wreckage. A minor stumble, a harmless fall, what seems trivial can become a gateway for devastating fractures, trapping the afflicted in a nightmare of lost mobility and fading independence. The shadows of deficiency do not stop at bones and muscles. They stretch into the heart of health itself, linked to increased risks of heart failure, cognitive darkness, and a waning immune defense. Those who neglect their vitamin D may unknowingly invite these specters into their lives, casting a dark pall over their future. Beware, for ignoring this silent threat not only weakens the body, but opens a gateway to diseases that can drain the soul and shatter the spirit, an ominous omen of what awaits if left unaddressed. So, what's the solution? The good news is that maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is straightforward and can lead to significant benefits. Here are the most effective strategies to increase vitamin D and keep your legs strong and balance sun exposure. Spending just 15 to 30 minutes in direct sunlight, ideally in the morning or late afternoon, can naturally boost vitamin D production. Exposing your arms and legs helps maximize absorption, but be cautious with sunscreen use, as it can hinder vitamin D synthesis. Vitamin D-rich foods. Although relying solely on diet may not fulfill daily requirements, including fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, sardines, beans, fortified dairy products, egg yolks, and mushrooms can help contribute to your overall intake. Supplements. For many seniors, especially those with limited outdoor activity, taking a vitamin D supplement is crucial. Most health professionals suggest 800 to 1,000 IU daily for optimal bone and muscle health, though higher doses might be necessary in cases of severe deficiency under medical guidance. If you're uncertain about your vitamin D status, a simple blood test can provide clarity. Many healthcare providers now routinely screen older adults for vitamin D deficiency, given its vital role in preventing falls and fractures. Calcium. Unlike younger individuals whose bones are actively remodeling, seniors experience a gradual decline in bone mass, increasing their risk of fractures. Ensuring adequate calcium intake is important to support bone health and prevent fractures. This situation poses a significant risk to the legs. Hip fractures, femur breaks, and stress fractures in the lower limbs are among the most severe injuries that older adults can encounter. An insignificant fall that might have caused no harm in youth may lead to months of recovery or even permanent mobility issues when bones lack sufficient calcium reserves. However, calcium's importance extends beyond merely providing bone strength. It also plays a crucial role in muscle contraction. Every movement, whether taking a step or standing up from a chair, depends on a complex interaction between calcium ions and muscle fibers. Calcium functions as a catalyst for muscle contraction, facilitating smooth and controlled movements. So, how can you ensure your body receives adequate calcium? While dairy products such as milk, yogurt, and cheese remain some of the richest sources, they are not the only options. Leafy greens like kale and bok choy, almond tofu, sardines, and fortified plant-based milks also contain significant amounts of calcium. The key is diversity. Including multiple calcium sources in your diet promotes consistent absorption and supports stronger bones. Nonetheless, dietary calcium alone might not always suffice, particularly for those with dietary restrictions or absorption challenges. In such cases, calcium supplements can be beneficial, especially when paired with vitamin D, which helps improve calcium absorption. Ensuring a steady supply of calcium in your diet is crucial for maintaining strong bones, but relying solely on food may not be enough, particularly for individuals with dietary restrictions or absorption issues. This is where calcium supplements can be beneficial, especially when combined with vitamin D, which enhances calcium absorption. However, it's essential to strike a balance, as excessive calcium intake can lead to health problems such as kidney stones and digestive issues. The recommended daily intake for older adults is 1,000 to 1,200 mg of calcium, ideally sourced from a combination of natural foods and supplements when necessary. In addition to adequate calcium intake, regular physical activity is also vital for bone health. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, resistance training, and light jogging stimulate bone remodeling and direct calcium to the bones and muscles. Without sufficient movement, even adequate calcium intake may not be enough to strengthen the skeletal system. Neglecting calcium intake can lead to mobility issues, reduced independence, and a diminished quality of life. A well-functioning skeletal system which relies on calcium, is essential for maintaining mobility, stability, and confidence. Moving on to vitamin B12, this essential nutrient plays a crucial role in neuromuscular function, often overlooked in discussions about leg strength, which is typically attributed to calcium and protein. Vitamin B12 is vital for maintaining healthy nerves and muscles, and a deficiency can lead to fatigue, weakness, and mobility issues. This nutrient is vital for maintaining healthy nerves, ensuring that the electrical signals passing through your spinal cord and into your legs stay strong and accurate. Without it, your muscles may not receive proper signals, which can lead to weakness, instability, and a gradual loss of movement control. It's well known that one of the most common signs of B12 deficiency is a sensation of heavy, tired legs, often accompanied by numbness or tingling sensations. The issue is that vitamin B12 deficiency is surprisingly widespread among older adults. Unlike other vitamins that can be stored in fat or absorbed from a broad range of foods, B12 absorption relies heavily on digestive health. The body needs sufficient stomach acid and a specific protein called intrinsic factor to extract B12 from food sources. As people age, stomach acid production tends to decline, and conditions such as gastritis, acid reflux, and long-term use of antacids can further hinder absorption. Additionally, many seniors unintentionally consume diets low in B12-rich foods, leading to a gradual depletion of this crucial nutrient. The effects of B12 deficiency go far beyond feelings of weakness. If left untreated, it can cause irreversible nerve damage, impacting balance, coordination, and reflexes. Many older adults who experience frequent falls, difficulty walking, or a sensation that their legs are no longer responsive are often suffering from neurological issues caused by a B12 deficiency. The decline often creeps in so silently and insidiously that it is dismissed as an inevitable part of aging, when in fact it is entirely preventable. If one dares to confront the darkness within, restoring B12 levels can wield a powerful, almost uncanny influence over mobility and vitality, threatening the shadows that threaten to silence your strength. Studies reveal that seniors who dare to correct their deficiency experience startling improvements in strength, endurance, and leg function. Yet, the source of this vital life force remains a lurking mystery. Unlike many nutrients that can be grasped from lush green plants, vitamin B12 is almost exclusively hidden within the sinister depths of animal products. Its richest sources, lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, shellfish, especially the ominous clam and liver, hold the key, but also the trap. For those daring to walk the plant-based path, or those cursed with absorption struggles, B12-fortified foods like cereals, plant-based milks, or the necessary supplements become an unavoidable necessity, an armor against the encroaching darkness. Fortunately, B12 is one of the safest defenses, as excess is cast out through urine. But neglecting it can awaken a gradual erosion, a silent decay that gnaws at your legs and vitality from within. Many elders resort to high-dose supplements or periodic injections, battling an invisible foe, deficiency, that lurks beneath the surface, threatening to trap them in a perpetual state of decline. Vigilant blood tests become their only hope to detect and confront this creeping threat before it claims what's left of their strength. To ignore this silent menace is to risk succumbing to the shadows that threaten to steal your mobility and vitality forever. Here's a slight paraphrasing of the original text. The key point to remember is that strong legs involve more than just muscle power. They also depend on the efficiency of the nervous system, reaction speed, and coordination, regardless of how much you work out. If your nerves aren't functioning properly, your legs won't respond as they should. That's why keeping your B12 levels adequate is one of the most overlooked yet impactful strategies for maintaining mobility and quality of life as you age. Magnesium is equally important. Every step you take relies on magnesium behind the scenes to ensure your muscles receive the necessary signals to contract and relax smoothly. It serves as the primary regulator of muscle activity, helping to prevent spasms, alleviate fatigue, and support endurance. A common but often unrecognized sign of magnesium deficiency is restless leg syndrome. At nighttime leg cramps, many older adults experience sudden, painful muscle contractions in their legs at night, which can disturb sleep and hinder recovery from daily exertion. This is more than discomfort. It indicates that the body is having difficulty managing muscle relaxation properly. Magnesium's role in calming overactive nerve signals and preventing unexpected muscle tightening makes it essential for those dealing with muscle tension and involuntary contractions. Additionally, magnesium plays a critical role beyond muscles, contributing to bone density and joint health. While calcium often receives attention for supporting bones, it cannot fulfill this role effectively without magnesium. This mineral plays a crucial role in regulating calcium transport and ensuring it is correctly integrated into bones rather than accumulating in soft tissues, where it could cause stiffness and joint discomfort. Research indicates that increased magnesium intake is associated with stronger bones and a lower risk of fractures among older adults, highlighting its importance for overall mobility. A primary reason for widespread magnesium deficiency is its vulnerability to depletion through stress, certain medications, and poor dietary choices. Many seniors use drugs such as diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some antihypertensives that lower magnesium levels. When combined with diets low in magnesium-rich foods, this leads to a common deficiency that gradually undermines strength, endurance, and flexibility. Consequently, many older individuals experience a progressive decline in stamina, resulting in shorter walks, slower stair climbing, and fatigue after simple tasks. This decline is not solely age-related, but also linked to insufficient nutrient intake necessary for maintaining performance. Restoring magnesium levels can yield almost immediate improvements in leg health, reducing cramps, boosting energy, and easing movement. Excellent dietary sources include leafy greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes. Foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados are particularly rich in magnesium and offer a natural means to support muscle and bone health. For those who find it difficult to meet their needs through diet alone, magnesium supplements can serve as an effective alternative. Here's a slight paraphrase of the provided text. Foods such as greens, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and legumes, including pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados, are especially high in magnesium, providing a natural approach to supporting muscle and bone health. For individuals who find it challenging to obtain sufficient magnesium through diet alone, supplements like magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate can be effective options, as they are more readily absorbed by the body. Restoring magnesium levels can lead to noticeable improvements. Seniors who previously felt heavy and sluggish often find their legs responding with renewed vitality. Those experiencing frequent muscle cramps or stiffness may notice alleviation, resulting in better sleep and increased mobility. Additionally, overall balance and coordination tend to improve because magnesium plays a role in regulating neuromuscular functions responsible for smooth movement. Moving on to potassium. Imagine waking up in the morning, stepping out of bed, and immediately experiencing a cramp in your calf. That's a familiar scenario for many. Muscle cramps are among the most common signs of low potassium levels, since potassium is vital for controlling muscle activity and maintaining fluid balance within and outside muscle cells. When potassium drops too low, muscles can involuntarily contract, causing painful cramps, particularly in the legs. For older adults who may have compromised circulation or reduced muscle mass, these cramps can be more than a mere inconvenience. They can be debilitating, but cramps are just one concern. Have you ever noticed your legs trembling after standing for some time, or experienced increased stiffness when walking? These symptoms can often stem from potassium deficiency, highlighting the importance of maintaining adequate levels. Always consider consulting with a healthcare professional if symptoms persist or worsen. Potassium plays a vital role in transmitting signals between nerves and muscles, which helps ensure smooth and controlled movements. When potassium levels are low, communication between the brain and leg muscles becomes less efficient, potentially causing shakiness, weakness, or difficulty lifting the feet properly, factors that can greatly increase the risk of falls. For seniors, preventing falls is particularly important. In addition to its role in muscle function, potassium also contributes to maintaining strong bones by neutralizing acids that can gradually weaken bone density. Research indicates that a diet high in potassium can slow bone loss, lowering the risk of osteoporosis and supporting leg strength. Overall, potassium isn't just essential for muscles. It ensures that muscles and bones in the legs work together effectively. The key question is, how can you ensure you're getting enough potassium to support your legs? Thankfully, many tasty foods are rich in potassium. While bananas may come to mind first, they are just one option. Foods like sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, and oranges are all excellent sources of potassium. Even a simple baked potato with the skin can surpass a banana in potassium content. The best approach is to include a variety of these foods in your daily diet to provide consistent nourishment for your muscles and bones. For those who find it challenging to meet their potassium needs through diet alone, supplements might seem like an easy solution. To support your leg health, make sure to incorporate these potassium-rich foods regularly. How much potassium do you truly need in the shadowed depths? The recommended daily intake for adults lurks at 2,600 mg for women and 3,400 mg for men. Amounts that seem attainable through a seemingly innocent diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and legumes. But lurking beneath the surface are those with hidden vulnerabilities. Individuals suffering from conditions like kidney disease or high blood pressure, who must vigilantly monitor their intake, walking a tightrope with a doctor's guidance to avoid unseen danger. As for vitamin K, the silent guardian of your bones, it often fades into the darkness behind calcium and vitamin D. Yet without it, these vital nutrients are rendered useless. Vitamin K is the unseen traffic controller that directs calcium away from arteries and soft tissues. You know, those dark, treacherous corridors where calcification leads to stiffness, poor circulation, and a looming threat of cardiovascular decay. It acts as the hidden architect, ensuring calcium is securely woven into the structure of your bones, preventing the brittle breakdown that age inescapably brings. For the aged, this becomes a matter of life and death. Higher vitamin K levels correlate with stronger bones, fewer fractures, and a defense against the silent crumbling of their skeletons. Beware the unseen dangers that lie in neglecting these vital nutrients, the dark forces working against your health, waiting to strike. The reason lies in vitamin K's crucial role. It activates osteocalcin, a protein responsible for binding calcium to the bone matrix, helping bones become denser and more resistant to fractures. Yet, vitamin K's importance extends beyond that. It is vital for maintaining joint health and supporting muscle function. Sadly, many overlook that staying healthy in the legs depends not only on strong bones, but also on flexible joints and well-functioning muscles. Without enough vitamin K, inflammation often takes hold in the joints, accelerating the progression of osteoarthritis and causing knee stiffness. Common burdens for older adults who wish they could move with ease. If your knees hurt when you walk or feel stiff after sitting too long, perhaps vitamin K is the missing piece that could bring some relief and help you keep moving despite the pain. Weak leg muscles, poor balance, and difficulty walking often stem from muscle deterioration, worries that loom as we age. Emerging research indicates that vitamin K is instrumental in supporting muscle strength and coordination by managing calcium levels within muscle cells, aiming to prevent the unsteady, uncoordinated movements that threaten stability. Foods like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and Brussels sprouts are rich sources of vitamin K, common in plant-based diets. Meanwhile, vitamin K2, a potent form found in fermented foods such as natto, aged cheeses, and certain animal products like egg yolks and liver, offers additional support, though many of us may not realize how much we've lost in the struggle against time. Sometimes it feels like a quiet battle lost as the body's resilience fades away and the simple joys of movement become increasingly distant. K2 is especially advantageous because it remains active within the body far longer than many realize, exerting an even darker influence by steering calcium away from the corrupting grip of arteries and guiding it securely into the bones, a silent guardian against decay. For those seeking to naturally elevate their vitamin K levels, the most effective method involves consuming more dark leafy greens and fermented delicacies which harbor hidden powers. Even a humble handful of kale in a smoothie or a serving of sautéed spinach can silently tip the scales. Yet, for those cursed with poor absorption, perhaps haunted by digestive afflictions or chained to long-term antibiotics, supplementation might offer a shadowy solution, but caution becomes essential, for meddling without care can awaken unseen dangers. If you're bound by blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, consulting a healthcare professional is imperative before increasing your vitamin K intake, for this vitamin weaves itself into the fabric of blood clotting, and tampering can unleash chaos. 7. Vitamin B6. The dark, unseen force, also known as pyridoxine, holds an ominous sway over leg strength and muscle function, often underestimated. While many nutrients aid mobility, B6 is a critical key to maintaining nerve steadiness, repairing damaged tissues, and ensuring the body efficiently harnesses protein to forge and sustain muscle tissue. Without it, even the mightiest muscles may wither into shadows, and simple acts like rising from a chair can become perilous journeys into the unknown. Neglecting this vital element can leave you vulnerable, your strength slipping away into the darkness. Without it, even the strongest muscles can weaken over time, and simple activities like standing up from a chair or climbing stairs may become surprisingly tiring. One often overlooked aspect of vitamin B6 is its role in nerve signals and coordination. When B6 levels are low, these signals can slow down or become misdirected, resulting in numbness, tingling sensations, and unsteady gait. Many older adults mistake these symptoms for age-related muscle decline, but in reality, their bodies are simply missing the essential nutrients needed to support proper neuromuscular function. An additional important role of vitamin B6 is its involvement in preventing inflammation-induced muscle fatigue. B6 helps regulate inflammatory processes, alleviating muscle soreness, and maintaining leg flexibility and strength. If you notice persistent stiffness or slower recovery after exercise, increasing your vitamin B6 intake could be very beneficial. Besides supporting muscle health, vitamin B6 is crucial in the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout the body. Adequate B6 levels ensure muscles receive sufficient oxygen, helping prevent early fatigue, heaviness, and stamina loss. If you often feel unusually tired after short walks or light physical activities, it might be a sign that your body needs more B6. Fortunately, this vital vitamin is found in many tasty, accessible foods. Certain foods, such as poultry, fish like salmon and tuna, bananas, potatoes, chickpeas, and fortified cereals, serve as vital sources of B6, yet beneath their seemingly nourishing surface lies a silent threat. Relying solely on natural sources may not suffice for those haunted by digestive demons, poor nutrient absorption, or restrictive diets, making supplementation a potentially necessary but perilous refuge. The daily intake of vitamin B6 varies with age and gender, with older individuals often needing about 1.5 mg for women and 1.7 mg for men, but beware. Exceeding these limits through reckless high-dose supplements can unleash nerve damage that creeps like a dark specter into your body. While consuming B6 from food is generally safe, the shadows grow darker when overused. The safest course is to cling to a balanced diet, carefully selected to maintain a steady, untraceable supply, lest you invite unseen dangers. If this warning resonated with you, please smash that like button. Your support is vital in helping us reveal more hidden truths. Leave a comment below, share your fears, questions, or topics you wish to face next. We thrive on your responses. Be sure to subscribe and activate notifications so you never miss a chance to uncover the darkness